Salute, salute, salute to all my generals, all my lions, all my real men, all my queens, all my princesses, all my lionesses. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's lions and men. I know a lot of dudes like, yo, Chulo, where you at? Yo, I've been just enjoying the summer, to be honest with you, doing a lot, you know what I mean? But I'm still here. I'm still swinging, you feel me? And I got some good shit for you right now. And I don't never remember hearing nobody talk about it, so it's good content, you know what I'm saying? At least I know it probably is people talking about it, but I ain't never hear it. But y'all know me, I don't really deal with everybody else. But let's get into it. The Italian mob from New York City, Gambino crime family goonies, soldiers, allegedly, that was running around New York State correctional facilities. You know, I was around a handful of these dudes. Definitely came across some of them. Not all of them went to the feds. 9 times out of 10, fun fact for all of y'all before y'all start, oh, they all in the fed. No. Damn near every single one of these Italian dudes that ever had a bid got caught. They've been locked up before, and guess what? It was state time first. Most of all of them. And then they end up going to the feds for some other shit. Real talk, but let's get back into it. That's just what I mean, to educate y'all. So, one of the first ones that I came across that stands out is this meatball with a mustache looking ass dude called Don. I think it was Don, and his name was Donald some shit. But he was an official Guido, official, know what I mean, made man and all that, but he was a Rizat. He ratted, an informant. Now, I came across Don in Downstate Correctional Facility in 2001. This dude held weight there, I'm not gonna lie. One of the only facilities that I ever was in my life where a white dude, he held weight, but he held weight for a reason. He was a rat, and he had the ADA on deck. Like, he had the feds or whoever it was that, cause see, that was a state bid. I remember there was rumors saying that it was supposed to be federal, but then they put him in downstate because, you know, he couldn't be in population and all that. But that's fugazi, you know what I mean? There ain't no federal inmate gonna be in a state facility, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. So he had a state case. He ratted on some of his dudes, Dom. So now this dude really running around the yard. Now, to put it in its proper context, Downstate Correctional Facility, I'm talking about the cadre part. Downstate since then has been closed down, but back then it was open and it was up and jumping in reception. You know, it was notorious for the CEOs putting hands on new intake. And then you had a small, very small general population of like 250 people. Like 250 people maybe, right? And those are the people that work, the inmates that work in the facility to make it function. You know what I mean? From the mess hall to the laundry, etc. So Dom was put in a certain block, A block, with my son Steve-O. Salute to my son Steve-O. My son, what was his dude's name? Anyway, it'll come to me. Anyway, he was in A block. Joe Sex. Salute to my son Joe Sex. Salute to my son Matt. Cito Olia. So anyway, this rat dude, right, used to be walking around with the cigars in his mouth on some real Italian shit, know what I mean? He be trying to be out there with his shirt all tucked in, know what I mean? Greens pulled up to his belly button and shit. Know what I mean? Work, I forgot where he worked. I believe he worked like in the law library out of all places. I believe he worked too. That's the crazy shit. So, he used to be feeling himself. And then one day, Dom, he ends up getting into a back and forth with somebody, right? And Dom was feeling himself so much, right, that he said some shit into the effect where it was just racist. It was racist, right? I don't remember exactly. But he said some shit that everybody in there was like, word? And looked at this motherfucker like, yo, you forgot where you at? So, one of the dudes that heard that was like, yo, what you said, Dom? And he's like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, come on, now y'all want to act all sensitive and shit, but don't be a bunch. He still was trying to keep that tough shit, not trying to say like dudes was sensitive. And dude walked up on him. Now, Don, like I said, he was a meatball looking individual with a mustache. Sometimes he throw his little shades on and all that. and he was with the gray hair and all that. I mean, but he was a little meatball ass dude. You know what I mean? So my son, I forget his name, he go over to Dom in his face, he like, yo, we want to say that again and say it to my face, boom, 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 boom. And Dom saying, well, what you gonna do? Yo, the dude just grabbed him by his face and whoop, and pushed him. And he just went rolling down like a meatball down the hill. Yo, that's the funniest shit I ever seen. And true story, right? So he's embarrassed as shit, right? Because it happened, you know what I mean, in the yard. So he ends up tumbling down the little, it's like a little bullshit little hill. You know what I mean? Not really bullshit, it's actually a little steep. Because he was at the top. So anyway, he rolls down the hill. And he mad embarrassed. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Motherfucker, you know who the fuck I am? You ain't nobody. That's what was being said to him. Nobody. Use your Rizat. Who the fuck you think this is? You hiding in Casray. And he was. He was hiding in Downstate Correctional Facility. He could not fucking live in population. You know what I'm saying? And that is one of the funny ones. And it's a brief one about Dom in Downstate. And the purpose of this content today is to show y'all that the Italian mob held no motherfucking weight in General Pop in New York State Correctional Facilities. At least in no jail I was ever at. My bunkie was an Italian dude from Brooklyn. He ended up being a rat too. His name was Gazoo. He ended up being a fucking rat. Facts. Ratted on my boy Cito too. So and he was one of these supposed like, I mean, runners for the mob too. Then you got this dude Knuckles. Literally his name was Knuckles. So now Knuckles, you know what I mean, we came across paths, you know what I mean, in Attica. And in Attica was a little different. Because, you know, the atmosphere in Max, even though Downstate was a Max, like that Casray unit was more like a medium. Because it was so small and you had a lot of freedom. You could be in and out your dorm, going to another person's dorm. It was ridiculous over there. So, there ain't none of that going down in Attica. But in the mess hall dorm, you get a lot of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Now, these dudes be feeling themselves a lot of times. But a lot of times, you know, everything changes. Not a lot of times, all the time. Shit changes when you in the prison system, bro. All that shit that you was about and holding down there, no hold, no weight no more. Because now everything come to us. The black and the brown, through us. If they don't got no protection by anybody that's affiliated or anybody that's, if they not affiliated, it better be a shooter. It better be a real dude. Ain't none of them moving nothing in that yard, right? So now this dude Knuckles, his name was actually Angel, was his real name, right? So we in the yard, and no, we ain't going on a visit. And we meet up on a visit, and he's asking me questions. He's like, yo, how's the visiting floor? Boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, he's moving like kind of like shaky. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's going on? He's like, no. He was gonna get the bag, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, word, all right, say less. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna holler at you later then. So he's like, yeah, I got you. So this nigga on the yard, we in the visit. And his dumb ass on the visit, for some reason, felt it necessary to get up from his chair while he has the loom, comes over to my table, right? And he's like, yo, bro, can you bring this shit back to me? And put it on my table, bro. I kid you not. My nigga, I grabbed that shit out of his hand. I said, yo, get the fuck away from my table, bro. I took it out of his hand, bro. I'm like, yo, get the fuck away from my table, bro. Like, he literally got up. The police, thank God, they ain't see nothing, my nigga. So, my shorty, she's like, yo, what the fuck is that? I'm like, some stupid ass Italian nigga that must got things twisted. Like, he think, what he think? Bring this back for me? For you, he said? All right, we're gonna see about that. So now, you know, the visits is over. You know what I mean? I end up stuffing that balloon. I got that back ASAP. I'm saying it wasn't that big, you know what I mean? It was a couple of bundles of heroin though. So I got that back, right? So now we in the same unit, we work in the mess hall and all that together, you know what I'm saying? he was alright with us, kind of cool. You know what I mean, we used to make jokes. I mean, he'd be like, "Hey, don't make me get you whacked and all that." You know, his wise guy. He used to have jokes and all that shit. Angel, I'm talking about, Knuckles, aka Knuckles. And you know what I mean, well, other dudes, I ain't really know him like that, but he used to be joking around with dudes out there, and I used to see like his character. Like I ain't really like the nigga. You know what I mean, to be honest. And the first time I really had any dialogue was when he was going on the visiting floor. And for some reason, this dude felt comfortable there. I fucking put a loony on my table, like I'm gonna bring that shit back. Like anyway, so now, excuse me for that. I know that's nasty. So now, I'm in the mess hall. I work in the mess hall. He work in the mess hall, all that. So I'm in the back, all the way in the back. The mess hall, as far as I'm concerned, and I've been in a couple of blocks in Attica, is the most dangerous spot in the whole jail. Especially in the back, bro. You could get away with murder. I'm pretty sure they got wild cameras there now, but there was no cameras nowhere in that mess hall, bro. Like nowhere, not even after the second riot with the Bloods. There was like maybe a couple, remember, they did put a couple, but nothing like, the back was big, bro. You had the whole, it's mad different sections. But anyway, the back where we was at is where we used to like bag up and set up the food trays and shit. We had a whole big ass bathroom back there that was empty. We used to smoke in, fight, all this shit. So I'm all the way in the back. Dude be playing poker back there. I already done talked to my peoples. I'm like, yo, dude is like, what? I'm like, yo, this dude is like, what the fuck? Why would he do that? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't know what the fuck this nigga think. This nigga dead on this shit. I mean, it's a rap. Once that nigga come, like, I'm not giving that nigga nothing. Nigga violated. Like, I could have went to jail. I could have caught a case. Like, nigga, you ain't my man, you know what I mean? So he come in. Eventually, whatever his shift is, I think mine was a little earlier. He come through, boom, 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 giving everybody fives. He comes to me, he's like, yo, what's up, yo, good looking, I appreciate it. Yo, come on, let me talk to you real quick. So I'm over, I go over him, we go to the bathroom. He's like, yo, you got that for me? I'm like, got what for you, bro? And I start going in on him, like, nigga, you wildin', like, who does that, bro? Boom, boom. He's like, yo, come on, man, I'm doing you a favor. You doing me a what, nigga? Yo, get the fuck out my face, you know what I'm saying, before this shit go left, you know what I mean? And then my bro started coming in the bathroom. So now he's like, oh, y'all niggas gonna jump. And I tell my bros, I'm like, nah, get out. I got this. I'm good. Niggas like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? This nigga could have caught you a case, Chulo. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Get out. My son Dre from Syracuse. Salute to Dre. So he's like, nah, fuck that, Chulo. He could have caught you a whole bed. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Think you in Brooklyn? Cause someone was from Brooklyn or something like that. And he was supposedly part of the Gambino crime syndicate. He had pictures with all these mob dudes and all that. I ain't gonna lie. But nobody gave a fuck. Know what I mean? This is Attica, baby. You ain't out there no more. And what you just did was reckless as fuck. And he's peeping the vibes now. He's like, yo, but still, that's my shit. Like, yo, let me get, look, I'll give you some. He's still acting like, I'm like, yo, bro, you got this shit twisted. Ain't none of this shit yours. And while I'm talking to him, the nigga Dre just slapped shit out of him. Fuck you think this is? Boom, boom. And Duke didn't react appropriately. Instead of him popping off, he held his face a couple of seconds too long. Next thing you know, Dre two-pieced him. Bing, bing. Bitch ass nigga. And started digging his pockets. Taking whatever little shit dudes, he's bleeding, leaking on. And there's nobody in this bathroom but us three, bro. Me and my two bros. And first it was just me and son. Then my bros, I didn't ask them to come in there. You know what I'm saying? I had this shit. I wasn't worried about nothing. But that's how that went down. And you know how this bitch ass nigga went out? Like a bitch. Nigga, once the police came and all that, he went and told the police everything. He told on Dre, he told on me. This dude even told him that I robbed him. They like, yo, for what? My money. What money? This dude was stupid though. He wasn't all that rap too tight. I don't know but he still was smart enough to, like, he was making moves. He wasn't that stupid, like, and supposedly, you know what I mean, he was getting that bag at one point and he stayed with money, you know what I mean? Look, he was just, he was a bozo. Italian mob dog. And I got some more. Got y'all with that smoke. Y'all already know what it is, man. There's no man's land in there. Salute to all the real ones. Hit the like, share, subscribe.